81-21 NFL Talk Week 3. Am I missing something? Week 3.
No.
81-21 Talk Week 3.
81-21 NFL Talk.
81-21 NFL Talk. I thought about something.
Mm-hmm.
We never say our names. I'm Al.
I'm Elondius.
Yes.
Yes.
So we're going to get right into it. First of all, before we get into it, we got to drop the NFC East logo right here. NFC East logo is there. We got our respective teams because we only cover the NFC East.
Mm-hmm.
And other news if need be talk about.
Right.
How are you doing today, miss?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all right. We're working on a few things behind the scenes, trying to get some stuff right.
Mm-hmm.
But before we start saying anything, I want to talk about what I consider to be the lesson of the week.
Wait a minute. Let me turn a little bit so I can.
Okay. The lesson of the week.
Look at you.
The lesson of the week is you should always keep your mouth closed. Don't talk out of turn if you don't know. Because you don't know, you'll find out.
Okay.
With that being said, the first game we're going to talk about is the Washington Commanders and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
But before we get into all this craziness, let me hook this up real quick. You see that guy right there on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
I think his name is Cam Taylor.
Cam Taylor. Okay.
Cam Taylor Britt or something like that.
Okay.
I want you to listen to what he's saying, and then we'll get into the game. Right?
Okay.
They compose, they don't make them do a lot, so they keep it really simple for them. Nice college offense. Kingsbury's the OC, so love to move guys around here and there, but just keep it real simple for him. I heard his pass percentage is very high, but he's only throwing short routes. Some intermediate stuff, quick throws. Yeah.
So basically, what he just said was with Jaden.
Mm-hmm.
Kingsbury, I think, is the offensive coordinator for Washington. They don't make him do much.
Okay.
It's simple college stuff.
Okay.
He don't throw long or anything like that. Now let's get into this.
Okay, let's go.
What was the score of Cincinnati and the Commanders?
38-33 Commanders.
38-33 Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that game a little bit. What you think about that game?
I think that Jaden showed them that he wasn't no joke.
Right.
He definitely played a good game.
Mm-hmm.
He did a lot of scrambling, getting out of the pocket and running, but he also showed that he had an arm. Because that throw that he put down, what was it? Did he get it all the way to the end zone or the 1 yard line?
He got it there.
He got it down the field. So, I think people need to be quiet.
He got it there. People need to be quiet. You got stats? You got stats for Jaden?
Yeah, I got stats. So Jaden completed 21 out of 23.
21 out of 23.
He threw for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then he was rushing.
Let me get this up here.
12 carries for 39 yards and 1 rushing touchdown.
College, huh? Simple stuff.
It worked, right? It worked.
Bust your ass. Let me put
Bust
this
it.
While we doing this, I'm gonna turn the volume down on a little bit.
Okay.
I don't want to talk over it. You know what I'm saying? But this is the game right here, right?
Okay.
So they couldn't contain him. He got out of the pocket when he wanted to. He threw when he wanted to, which is what dude was saying they ain't got nothing to worry about. Yes, you do. Mr. Britt, or whatever your name is. I mean, it's no disrespect to him because he's a good cornerback.
Right.
But you always got to be careful of what you're saying.
Always.
Always got to be careful of what you're saying. So, 38-33 was that final score. I thought it was an exciting game. I thought Jaden did his thing. I thought, was it McLaughlin? Wide receiver. McLaurin for Washington.
You always be giving that boy a new name. Well, that man, because he ain't no boy. Man.
I thought he did his thing and say the name again. McLaurin. They couldn't keep him in the box either.
No,
they couldn't. My man that went out with the concussion, Austin
Eckler.
Yeah, they couldn't contain him before he got hurt.
Right.
So one win for the NFC East over the Cincinnati Bengals, the division that I saw a few people saying that the AFC North was the hardest division. Okay, hold that L. Hold that.
Okay.
Now from there, I'm gonna go to another game. We're gonna stay in the AFC North. That would be Dallas and the Baltimore Ravens. Look at her face. What happened?
The Cowboys didn't show up until the fourth quarter. We couldn't stop the run.
Right.
And we didn't have no run game. And I don't know. We definitely couldn't stop the run. And I'm trying to understand because, since we found out that Mike Zimmer was the DC, everybody's been talking about, Zimmer's defense, and whatever. And then, we saw something good in week 1 against the Browns, and we thought that was going to carry on through the rest of the season. And so far,
it has not.
It has not. And then as far as running goes, so we had Dowdle, Vaughn, and Elliott.
Did they have 100 yards combined?
They did not. So Dowdle got 32 yards, Elliott got 6, and Vaughn got 5. And then we got Lipke, but he had receiving yards, and he had 41 receiving yards.
Okay.
So I don't know the run game. We got to find the right combination for the run game. Dowdle, Zeke, Dowdle, Vaughn. I don't know, but we need to figure it out.
Right.
We should have kept Pollard and Zeke together because that 1-2 punch was working. But hey, they're gone.
Right.
And then my man CD.
Let's talk about it.
So CD had a straight up attitude.
Straight up attitude
on the field, acting like a baby.
Because he wasn't getting a ball? Because the one time where he should have had an attitude is when he fumbled.
Yeah, CD had 7 targets. Dak threw 51. CD got 7. He got targeted 7 times.
Okay.
He caught 4 for 67 yards. Okay. He had 1 fumble and 1 drop ball.
Okay.
So CD had a press conference yesterday, and I have to give it to him. He took accountability for how he was acting on the field. He said he let himself down. He let his team down. He said he was unprofessional. He know he could have done more. He was in his head, but he was working on that, and he was going to do better. And then, of course, they asked him about him and Dak, and he's like, me and Dak are good. Me and Dak are like brothers. We talk every day, every night. We talk about how we're going to improve our connection. He says, so we're both passionate about this game. So it comes out, on the sideline, but don't get that mistaken. Just because we might have a few words, that don't mean nothing. We're brothers. So brothers argue. Brothers have disagreements. But, it's going to get better.
I thought it was interesting what Parsons was saying about, until we get this thing right, it's like we playing Little League football.
And DeMarcus said the same thing in his press conference. And
he mentioned also something about we don't need a Superman. We need everybody to play
that's what
together.
Micah said, So
I thought he was referencing CD. I thought he was.
I don't, maybe he was. And I know that DeMarcus Lawrence was talking the same thing, basically saying that, everybody got to come together. He said, including himself. So got to work together. 11 men on the team, 11 players playing as a team. Just need to get their stuff together.
Who y'all got next week?
We got y'all.
Thursday.
Tomorrow.
Well, not tomorrow. So by the time they see this video, it'll be tonight.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Who you got?
I got us. Why wouldn't I have us?
You better get it together.
Hey.
Let's Mr. Neighbors and Singletary and your man running. It's kind of, they play the same way as the Ravens.
Yeah, all I got to say is that the fourth quarter effort was really good. And everybody say Dak. You can't blame that loss on Dak because Dak threw for 379 yards and 2 touchdowns. No interceptions. No. He had a 52.6 QBR. So, I don't know.
A lot of people say that Dak gets a lot of his stats in garbage time. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Well, we just got to we got to play every quarter like it's the fourth quarter.
Right,
so, hey.
Right.
That's it.
Bottom line, Dallas could not contain Derrick Henry. They could not contain Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson between Dallas they got to stop the running game.
They have to stop the running game.
They have no answer for that. So,
and then we have to get a run game.
That's what I saw with that game. I've been hearing so much about Zimmer. He and his genius.
Right,
For the past 2 games, I have not seen that. And I want to go back to Cleveland when they played Cleveland. Was it Cleveland's lack of personnel?
I mean, at the time, I would have said no, but after these past 2 weeks, I don't know. So
yeah. So anyway, that was Dallas and the Ravens. Final score was, I can't read that.
28-25.
28-25.
So it wasn't a blowout, but.
Who's next?
I don't know. Who you want to go with? Eagles, Saints?
Let's go with Eagles and Saints.
Okay.
Eagles and the Saints. The final score to that game was?
15-12.
15-12. Talk to me about that game a little bit.
Well, I didn't really watch that game.
Oh, my God. You didn't watch it?
I kind of, dipped in and out. But I was
setting it up over here.
I was curious to see if the Saints was going to hold on to the type of play that they had done for the first 2 weeks. Because they blew Carolina out. They blew us out. And everybody was like, oh, they're going to blow the Eagles out. But nah, because the score was 15-12. So, I mean, Saquon was doing his thing. 17 carries, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Let's stop right there. Now, some people might say, let me get this thing going. Some people might say, Al, you're a New York Giants fan. Why are you wearing your old Saquon Barkley's jersey?
You know what? I just realized that you had Saquon.
I put it on for a reason. And the reason being is because I want to look dead into the screen. I want to get this number.
There you go, 26.
Oh, get this number showing, and I want to say to the Eagle fans, you're fucking welcome.
Oh,
you're welcome.
Wow, you feel some type of way about that
because if you take
cursed.
Saquon out of this, how I point at this thing. If you take Saquon out of this game right here, they lose.
They lose.
How many touchdowns he had?
2.
How many yards?
147.
Woo. Because Jaden, what's his name? Jalen Hurts? He wasn't doing nothing. He wasn't doing nothing. They without A.J. Brown.
Yes.
And the other guy, Heisman Trophy winner, I always mess his name up, wide receiver.
Devontae
got taken out of the game. He got hurt. So, Philadelphia Eagles, you are welcome.
You're welcome.
I don't even want to talk about this game.
Okay.
Right? Well. Philadelphia and the Saints, as of this point, we are... Dallas lost. Washington won. So right now we're 2-1, and we're coming around to the Giants to see what they're gonna do.
All right, let's get it, Giants.
What they gonna do? Okay, New York Giants versus the Cleveland Browns. Let's start off with some stats.
Okay. Well, it was the final score was 21-15, and Neighbors showed out. He showed out. He got his first touchdown, right?
Yeah, he got his first touchdown.
So he got 78 yards, 8 receptions for 78 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. Now, those stats don't say everything because basically he was giving them fits. Running around that field. I had showed you, maybe we can get it on
him and here. Singletary.
Him, the way he catches the ball and he cuts back. It was a problem. So that's like an extra 4 or 5 yards. Daniel Jones is starting to get into his rhythm a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
He's starting to get into his rhythm. Singletary was a great addition.
Oh, yes, he was.
Because he's running up through that thing.
Yeah, he is.
Now, last week or the week before, I said something about Deshaun Watson. As you just see, he threw a touchdown to Amari Cooper right there on the screen. But he's looking like he's getting into his groove also.
Yeah.
And they have players that's coming back. Let's not forget they were 11-5 last year.
Yeah,
somewhere around here.
11-6.
11-6.
11-6.
They made the playoffs.
Yeah. And didn't they start off slow last year too?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Then they bought the backup quarterback in. Everybody was acting like.
What was his name?
I don't know. As far as I know, Fredo. It was.
I don't know. He came out of retirement.
He was really old.
As I said, he came out of retirement.
Right. Now, I like the way the Giants are heading. They play really tough defense. They hit. It's hard to run on them.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and act like that tonight's game is going to be easy for us to win. But I think we can pull it out if we get our head out of our third point of contact and get together.
It's military.
and stop the run.
Okay.
And run the ball.
I say if Daniel Jones doesn't have happy feet, Giants win.
He hasn't really had happy feet this year.
Look at that. Who's that? Singletary right there?
Yeah.
No, that's a wide receiver. I can't see who it is. No, that's Singletary.
That's Singletary.
So with that being said, Daniel Jones has this thing of, turning into happy feet and dancing and not really watching the routes, the progress.
Yeah.
If he sticks with what he was doing against Cleveland here, it'll be a tough ball game.
Yeah. Because
I think that with Dallas, losing 2 games back to back, listen to all the chatter.
Oh, they got a chip on their shoulder.
It can mess with you too.
Yeah, it can.
It can make you question.
But I think they're going to be okay.
All right. So the final score of the New York Giants.
21-15.
Cleveland. New York Giants 21, Cleveland 15.
15.
Okay. So, we are trying to speed this thing up. My point was Britt, what's his name? Britt earlier, what he said about Jaden Daniels. Like I say, bro, just play the game.
Play the game.
You don't be disrespectful like that.
Yeah, not disrespectful. Trash talking, part of the game. But I don't know. Sometimes I think they just get too personal.
I think it's competition. It's like talking crap when you playing spades.
Yeah,
I'm just talking. But in this situation, you have to realize they got a camera in your face.
Yes. And even though you don't mean it one way, it's going to be perceived.
Come across like that. Right.
Definitely.
Because I seen them. I know you seen them. We seen the highlights with Jaden at LSU. They were special.
Yeah, they were.
You had a question like, why shouldn't the current Heisman Trophy
be the number 1 draft pick?
That's a great question. Maybe somebody can answer that.
Yeah, because, I understand that Caleb won the Heisman the year before, but Jaden was the current Heisman Trophy winner.
Right.
Caleb went number 1 and Jalen went number 2. And right now, I don't think Caleb is working out all that good. But I'm going to keep my mouth closed and sip on my tea. We'll see what happens in week 4. That's it. That's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
Well, let's add a little bonus in here.
Okay.
I'm just going to slip it on the screen.
Okay.
You tell me what you see right there.
What
happened?
Colorado.
Hail Mary.
Pulled it out.
2 words for it. Hail Mary. Shedeur Sanders.
Sanders.
Ooh.
Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter.
Right. Travis had a very big hit in overtime to... Let's get down to the end of this. Now, they actually could have won this game
if it hadn't been for Travis.
No, there was another guy. He missed a catch. This guy right here. The ball hit him right in the chest. Right? And this is the Hail Mary right here where they won. Right? But the play before that, you had the ball hit the guy right in the chest. I think this is it right here. Boom. And you was like, all you had to do was hold it and turn around and fall in the end zone.
Right.
But anyway, they came back.
That was Wessler, right? Was that Wessler?
I can't think of it.
Okay.
But they came back. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Boom. Oh, my God. But anyway, Colorado did a great job. They came back. They held their poise. They went to overtime. They pulled it out against Baylor. Exciting football.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Coach Prime got them boys out there. I saw a clip today where he was screaming at them, going, y'all think y'all did something? Run this whole practice back again. Y'all bugging out.
Right.
Right?
Hey, Shedeur said the week before last, you can't focus on the win that you just got. You got to be focused on the next game because it's a week-to-week game.
Right.
And you got to play every week to win.
Right. I got a question, though. If you're winning, and the other team has to score a touchdown to tie you to go to overtime. Why do you let a receiver get behind you? How does that happen?
Not thinking, not paying attention. I don't know.
I don't know. Why let a receiver get behind you? But anyway, 81-21 NFL Talk, Week 3.
Season 3.
I'm Albert Jenkins.
Season 2. Season 3. Episode
Don't even
3.
put the seasons in because we'll be crazy.
All right.
I'm Albert Jenkins.
And I'm Miss Jenkins.
Okay, Miss Jenkins. And we will, after the Giants and the Cowboys will play tonight by the time you guys see this.
Yes.
And then, I mean, that's a big game. Maybe we might give you an NFL talk on the weekend just to talk about that.
We might have to talk about that. Okay.
81-21 NFL talk. We out here.
We out.